The majority of us are children in adults' bodies, walking around with wounds, acting those wounds out every single day. And what's wild is we've convinced ourselves that that isn't the case, but it is. And if you don't believe me, let's talk about Chatty Cathy down at the job. All right, I'm going to give you a scenario. You know who the Chatty Cathy down at your job is. You think you pissed at Catherine down at work, right? Because she's always butting in. She's always cutting you off mid-sentence before you can even finish your thought. And instead of voicing your concerns, most of the time you just swallow it. But then you get passive aggressive. You roll your eyes when she talks, you avoid her, and she's likely the topic of the group chat. But the truth is, Catherine isn't your real issue. You're triggered because growing up, the adults in your life cut you off too. They made you feel like your voice didn't matter. And now every time Catherine steamrolls you in a conversation, it's not just about her. It's about every time you were shut down as a child. Meanwhile, Chatty Cathy ain't even thinking about you. She not plotting against you. She just don't know when to shut up and read the room because of her own wounds. This is how unhealed wounds work. They sit beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to be triggered. And if you've never stopped to do any sort of inner work, you'll go through life thinking the problem is always them. It's always your coworkers, always your partner, always your friends. But it's really about what's still hurting inside of you. So how do you begin to heal your inner child? Here are 3 things that you can start to do right now. I've used them and I know they work. Number 1, recognize your triggers. Next time you feel a strong emotional reaction, whether it's anger, defensiveness, or you just shut down, pause and ask yourself, what does this remind me of? You'd be surprised how often the answer goes back to childhood. Number 2, acknowledge your inner child. You're not crazy for feeling hurt. Like the younger version of you is still inside, still wanting to be heard. So start talking to him, literally. Like, hey, I see you. I know this hurts, but we're safe now. And it might feel weird at first, but keep doing it. It works, trust me. Number 3, give yourself what you didn't get. If you grew up feeling unheard, start validating yourself. I love mirror work for this. If you lacked safety, create it for yourself now. Reparent yourself. And that's all about giving yourself today what you were missing back then. The next time somebody triggers you, don't react, reflect. What is it really about? What part of you is calling out for healing? It's time to stop bleeding on people who didn't cut you. If it hits home, drop a yellow heart in the comments. And if you want to go deeper into inner child healing, let me know what questions you have and I might cover them in my next video. See you next time.